Alrighty friends, Mark of TechPinas here, and I'm with Mr. Elijah Mendoza. He's the Product Marketing Manager of Starmobile, and with him is their newest flagship level smartphone, but it's relatively affordable, perfect for the budget-conscious consumers who want to get the best smartphone from Starmobile. This is a Starmobile Knight Luxe. Go ahead, Eli.
Alright, thanks for having me back on TechPinas, and yes, you're right, we have the Starmobile Knight Luxe today. Now, from the name itself, Luxe, it's a phone that puts elegance ahead of everything else. So this is our thinnest smartphone at 6.85 millimeters. It has a diamond cut aluminum frame, so it looks very classy, it looks very clean, and very unlike the other smartphones that we have launched before. In terms of the screen, it has a 5-inch HD Amoled screen, so colors are very vibrant. But what really sets this apart is it's the first Pinoy smartphone with an isocell sensor.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, so parang Eli, AMOLED kasi it's not really something that we're so used to seeing sa phones in this price category. Well, speaking of price category, Eli, can you talk about the pricing details of this phone first?
So the Starmobile Knight Luxe is now available nationwide for only 7,690 pesos. As mentioned earlier, this is a very premium looking smartphone and the closest you can get with other brands, with international brands with the same user experience and look and feel of this price of this phone. I mean, it's roughly twice that number. So it's really a bang for your buck phone, especially if you're looking for something that's really, really beautiful.
Yeah, so now you know it's very pocket friendly. And then going back to your point earlier about AMOLED, medyo rare to, Eli, no, having AMOLED in this price echelon. So can you tell me the benefits of an AMOLED display panel?
Okay, so AMOLED actually is one of the competitors of LCD. So AMOLED, unlike a regular screen, it emits its own light. So it doesn't have a backlight because the panel itself emits its own light. So what that means is for dark colors, it's able to turn off a particular region of the screen, so it's just pitch black, and that makes the colored regions pop out. So that goes perfectly well with a camera that is able to maximize the imaging, the clarity of the screen.
And then the camera of this release, Eli, is special. Then it's this isocell camera, which is a type of sensor to, diba, Eli, that we first saw in the Samsung Galaxy S5, and you now have it here in the new Knight, the Knight Luxe. Can you give me a brief description of the isocell technology?
Okay,
Eli?
so isocell is basically an upgraded version of the BSI technology, the backside illumination technology, which Starmobile democratized to the market way back in 2012.
Yeah.
We were the first local brand to come up with BSI. Now we're the first to come up.
What's a phone, Eli? Just to
that's the
that's for nostalgia's sake.
Starmobile
The Starmobile Crystal.
Yeah. So and also the Starmobile Flirt. So that was just for the BSI technology. And fast forward to 2015, we have an isocell sensor. So isocell, not only does it take great low light photos like our BSI sensor, it also takes crisp and clear outdoor photos because there's less crosstalk between colors. So the edges of your shots they stay in where they're supposed to appear. It's like there's no color throwback from any other. There's no bleeding. That's a term that you may call it.
Yeah, and then I also saw the sample shots. Talagang in terms of the brilliance of the colors, angat na angat siya.
So you have a great camera, you have a great screen. So all in all, this makes it a very great shooter both for indoor and outdoor situations.
Okay, and then you pair those two, the AMOLED display and then the isocell, the camera with the isocell sensor, and you get a good phone, not just for siguro for viewing your photos, but even for watching videos and all, using the video recorder of this release.
Yes. So again, as you mentioned, the AMOLED screen really is a great all-around display, and a lot of people actually prefer the vibrance of the screen. So it's something that you would like to watch your videos or play games on.
Okay.
Right now you're looking at the interface of the camera. As you know,
so this is something that you worked on then,
yes,
Eli,
this is a horizontal meter. So you can see, using the internal sensors of the phone, you can see if you're holding your phone at 0 degrees.
Yeah, or
so that
perfectly
means,
perpendicular or
yes,
parallel to
so
your
you can say
subject.
goodbye to crooked shots with the Knight Luxe.
That's great. Then, Eli, I'm looking at the phone now, and then of course ang ganda ng display, and then I've played with the camera. But the first thing that I noticed when I played with this phone is how beautiful it is,
Yes.
especially in terms of the construction, the materials that you use. So can you tell me, can you share to our readers, Eli, the processes that went into crafting this beautiful release?
Okay, so this has diamond cut aluminum, which means the cutter that was used to contour this edge right here is made of diamonds. So what do you get when you use diamonds? That means you can get precise corners and edges that you can only get with a diamond cutter.
Actually, parang I've seen something like this on the iPhone 5 and 5S, parang it's the same. Is it the same process?
Yeah,
I think this is during the release of your Octa, Eli,
Yes.
parang CEO, Sir Joey Uy, the CEO of Starmobile, talked to me about using CNC Technology.
Yes.
So is this similar to that?
Yes, it is. CNC diamond cut. So CNC means computer numerical cut, meaning the mechanism that's controlling the diamond cutter is computerized. So there's no manual component to it. This is all really a precision cut, which is why we're able to get something as beautiful as this end product.
And then of course it's real, it's aluminum,
Yes,
it's anodized aluminum.
So
Eli.
that also adds in heat dissipation, so it doesn't heat up. Okay.
And then the back, Eli, this is particular. It has a texture,
Yes, it
no?
has a
And this is parang this is the
texture
first time that I actually felt this kind of texture. Can you tell me more about that
It's
kind
sort
of
of
texture?
a brushed effect with a cross brush.
Criss-cross effect,
yes,
brush
a
effect.
criss-cross effect at the back, and it feels really nice to the touch, and especially since it's oleophobic. That means it's not a fingerprint magnet.
Yeah, yeah.
You can put your thumb there, and it won't leave a mark. So it looks clean, it looks premium all the time, and it's really unlike anything that we've launched before. And contrary to what you might expect, this is removable.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
when you do, you reveal the battery and the SIM slots.
So the back cover is polycarbonate.
Yes, it's polycarbonate, it's very bendy, it's very flexible, and it blends in naturally
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
gold color of the trim. So that's a very nice component to it. It's
And then
not-
Eli, since you've
sorry.
shown me na rin what's inside, no, what we have here is a 2050
yes.
mAh lithium polymer battery,
Yes.
Eli. And then surprisingly, no, of course 2050 mAh is not siguro not something that you would call big, but in terms of the uptime in your spec sheet, medyo mataas ang uptime nito, Eli, ano?
Yes, so-
Can you share with me how you were able to make that happen?
Well, actually, the way the battery is made is it's a clever mix of the technology, the lithium polymer battery, of course, and the way that it is laid out inside. So the manufacturers of the battery were able to maximize the available space for the battery capacity, and still be able to come up with something so thin that it fits inside a 6.85 millimeter shell.
Okay, so and then you have the slots there, Eli. No?
Yes.
Can you give us a
This
tour
is
of those
the
slots?
this is the SD, the regular SIM, the micro SIM, and of course the SD expansion. So you have 2 gigabytes of ROM and 16 gigabytes of expandable internal memory.
Okay.
So you put the SD card there, and of course if you have an OTG capable device, you can simply just attach it to the micro USB port.
Okay, and then you started talking about the ROM na rin,
Yes.
Eli, ano? Can you share with me the technical the hardware
Yes.
Specifications of this release?
Okay, so not only is it beautiful on the outside, it's a beast on the inside as well, because it has a 1.4 gigahertz octa-core processor. That's the MediaTek 6592M. So it's the power saving version of the popular octa-core of MediaTek. And if you pair that with a screen that saves you on battery life, then you have very good battery life, and very good uptime
That's one of the reason.
Yes,
Then
Star
one of the
Mobile
reasons.
Networks. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and then Eli, this has 2 gigabytes of RAM, ano, which is
Yes.
great. I mean, for a phone in this price category, 2 gigabytes is a real treat.
Yes.
Okay, and then all of those the internal specs, these combine to give the phone an Antutu benchmark score
yes.
of
It gives it a very impressive Antutu benchmark score of 28,307.
okay. That's
So this is flagship level performance.
flagship. Yeah, that's how I introduce it. It's really because this is under your Knight series. And then
Yes.
Knight is really your flagship level series, diba? So of all of them, this one is the most affordable, diba, Eli?
Yes, this is the most affordable Knight, but that doesn't mean that we're not breaking technological barriers still. Remember that when we're talking about the Knight series of Starmobile, we take great pride in introducing new technologies. And for this, it's AMOLED and of course ISOCELL sensor, another first for a Filipino brand.
Okay, so Eli, can you give me a rundown siguro if there are 5 things that make this phone worthy of being a part of your Knight line? What do you think those 5 things
Well,
are?
first of all, just look at it. It's a very, very nice piece of phone. It's a gorgeous gadget through and through. So it's a 6.85 millimeter thin build. It's the ISOCELL camera, a first for a Filipino
tatlo na
smartphone.
yun.
That's then you have the AMOLED.
By the way, let's just go back to the thickness, no, Eli. You mentioned that, ano, gano'n nga siya ulit kanipis? Sorry.
6.85 millimeters.
And I believe this is your thinnest Knight to date,
This is
if
our
not your thinnest
Knight.
smartphone, ano?
Yes, our thinnest smartphone, our thinnest product.
Thinnest product today.
The former title holder for the thinnest product was the Knight. The original Knight was at 7.5 millimeters.
Okay, and this one is even thinner and
It's
worthy of.
6.85.
When I first saw this, then apart from the design, I felt that this would for the Knight owners currently, I feel like this will be a natural upgrade for them. Not only because of the design, but because of the camera. Because the first Knight
Yes.
has a really good BSI camera, the
Yes,
front and
it's-
back.
And it's not just thin for thinness sake, you know. We could have gone thinner, but that would have meant sacrificing maybe battery capacity. 6.85 millimeters is just right. It has a 70% screen to body ratio, so it's very easy to handle. So those of you who haven't tried 5-inch phones before, who are scared to try 5-inch phones because you're afraid that it might be too big, you will be pleasantly surprised to see that it's very easy
Yeah.
to reach from corner
Yeah,
to corner
yeah.
because of the large screen to body ratio.
Okay, so you mentioned, Eli, the build and the design, then the thinness, and then the ISOCELL technology for the camera. That's 3. What's number 4?
Number 4, of course, is octa-core. Can you believe that? Octa-core comes in at number 4.
Okay. And then finally,
Yeah, and then finally the 2 gigabytes of RAM. Can
So-
you
so-
believe that those two features come at the tail end of what you can expect from the Knight Luxe?
That's really great.
That's like more advanced technology, and I'm sure that a lot of Filipinos will appreciate the vibrance and the uniqueness that AMOLED brings to the table.
Okay, and then Eli, this is the gold variant, but this one will also be available in another color.
Yes, so this is the gold and it will come in gray. So you can actually see the sample in the box. This one right here, medyo hindi siya halata, but eventually we'll come out with the second batch. The first batch is all in gold right now, but very soon you'll see the second batch, which is in gray.
And again, what I like about Starmobile, you have the complete technical specifications
Yes.
printed on the box itself, diba? So you can, for the geeky consumers, you can actually study the specs there compared with the other phones. Because all of your phones, even the entry-level phones, you have that. You have the complete technical specifications table. Like what I do rin in Tech Pinas, I always have that for the geeky
Because we owe
consumers.
it to the consumers. You know, they're saving up for their first smartphones, if not, maybe their second or third. And we owe it to them so they'd be informed on what they're getting. You know, you don't just sell a smartphone, just expect them to accept it for what it is.
Yeah,
They really do their homework. So this is part of this is actually a service that we do. We have to give them the full details of our phones.
Okay, and then thank you for that. And then since we have the packaging here, would you mind giving us a quick unboxing and then just to give consumers siguro an idea of what they'll get should they purchase this release?
So just like the Night Vision, which we've already shown before, we've already launched before, the Knight Luxe is one of our first devices to have this type of packaging, meaning it looks pure white, but it has a lux reflection.
Yeah, and again, this happens serendipitously,
this happened by accident.
Via accident.
This happened by accident. This is a lovely accident that happened. It's a very nice special effect that our Knight boxes now have. So when you unbox it, I'm sorry, this is the plastic that came with the phone. And very elegant Knight packaging, all black inside. You have the Insta case.
That's free, of course.
Yes, it's free. You have 2 screen protectors. Of course, you apply the first one, and if ever you want to change it, you got scratches on the first one, you can always have a second replacement. And then the charger, very nicely crafted as well, all white. A flat USB cable.
Yeah, so it doesn't tangle easily.
Yes. Noise isolating earphones. These are the ones that seal your ears in a vacuum. And of course, the usual quick start guide and the warranty card.
Okay, that's great. And then again, Eli, they get all of that with your new.
These are
again
for
how
only
much?
7,690 pesos.
7,690 pesos. An amazing flagship level device, perfect for who do you think, Eli, would want a phone like this?
Actually, I think those who value their appearance. I don't want to limit it to just those people, but there's a certain demographic that value the way they look at public. So given this how classy this phone looks, I think it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, it complements their beliefs, siguro.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not to discount it, there really are users who are looking for a premium looking device without wanting to shell out a lot of money, without shelling out an arm and a leg, so to speak, for something.
Or breaking the bank.
Yes, or
that's what
breaking the
we
bank.
use.
Yes.
Okay, so that's wonderful. I guess this is for true to your corporate slogan. It's reach for the star. This is for those who see themselves as really a star in their own right.
Oh, that's a very nice way of putting it. Yeah.
Diba? So parang it's a phone for them, a gorgeous looking phone with stellar innards and great imaging capabilities, wonderful displays. And wonderful at only 7,690 pesos, TV friends. That's Mr. Elijah Mendoza, who is Starmobile's Knight himself with the Starmobile Knight Luxe. Wonderful phone. Thank you so much, Eli. Thumbs up.